if you get stuck during the lesson or you missed part of it, go ahead and watch this video to help clear up what you should be doing. So for this first one, we're going to do 1C. It is not one of the ones required of you, but if you get to it and want to do it, that's awesome. So we are doing 10 times 10. Today we talked about the powers of 10. So we talked about as we multiply different numbers by 10, each amount of 10 that is in it represents one power of 10. So 10 times 1 equals 10 to the first. 10 times 10 equals 100 equals 10 squared. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1000 equals 10 to the third power, and it keeps going up and up from there. We also talked about how this correlated where the amount of zeros in each answer is also the same as the power that you put. So 1 0 in the 10 is 10 to the first, 2 zeros in 100 is 10 squared, and 3 zeros in 1,000 is 10 to the third. So it's the same, the number of zeros is the same as the amount of tens you are multiplying by each other. So I'm going to take that information and use that to answer this first one, 1C. 10 times 10, there's 2 tens there. That equals 100. There's 2 zeros there. So my answer is 10 squared. This next one, it says write the following in standard form. So I first have to figure out what I'm dividing by, and then I have to find the answer. So the example they gave here is 5 times 10 squared equals 500. To do the work for that one, you would do 5 times 10 squared equals 100 because it's 10 times 10. Again, 2 zeros, so 5 times 100 equals 500. For this one, it's a little bit more challenging. So I am doing 7,200 divided by 10 squared. 10 squared should have 2 zeros, so 1 0 0, so it will be 100. Again, that's 10 times 10. There's 2 tens there. So 7,200 divided by 100. I'm going to want to get my place value chart out to do this. So I'm going to place 7,000, 7 in the thousands because there's 7 groups of 1,000. It's 2 groups of 100, so there's a 2 in the hundreds column. There were 0 tens and 0 ones, 0 groups of 10 and 0 groups of 1. I'm just placing that number exactly how I see it here, right here. So I'm dividing that by 100, and when we divide, we go to the right. And since 100 is 10 squared, that means I'm moving over 2 times because there are 2 zeros and the exponent is 2. So each digit is going over 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I get the answer of 72.00. That decimal spot represents that all of these numbers are less than 1, so 72.00 is the same as, I'll write that in the, I'll write that in the right spot, so it's the same as 72. Ignore that giant black mark now. Alrighty, so I got the answer on my place value chart of 72. Go ahead and finish the problems that you are supposed to do in order to finish your problem set, and then turn it in with all of your work showed, or take pictures of the place value chart if you have pictures of those, if you work on that as well.